Hey, Chris. How's it going, man?
Hey, Rowan, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. And there we are. We
There we
exist.
are.
We're live. We're here. It's true. It's a
Konnichiwa.
thing. Hey, here's to you.
Yet another Sunday happy hour live stream.
Here we are. Here we are back again. Ooh, I have to share us. There we are. Nope, nope. There I go, making noises. It's all happening. I'm hitting buttons. I have a phone. These are things that happen.
Yep.
Okay,
I
so
should do that
everybody's
too.
ready for the spoiler talk about Spider-Man. This
No
is gonna
spoilers.
Be,
No
no,
spoilers.
no. We're not doing that. I don't want to be that guy. And it's not like how are you doing with not seeing them? Just out of curiosity.
You know, there was a certain amount of stuff that was already like in the air before. And I've mostly managed to avoid like big stuff, but like the stuff that's been spoiled for me was already known. So
you know it involves Spider-Man.
that part, yeah.
Okay, good,
yeah.
good.
And
I
like,
feel bad.
I can't believe people just posted that, but
Bastards.
what you gonna do?
Yeah, it's good. My spoiler-free review of it was, please watch the new Spider-Man movie so that we may talk about the new Spider-Man movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in non-Spider-Man news, how have you been? How's your week
I've been
going?
doing all right, we had it. We made a duck, and that was really tasty for Christmas.
Like you fabricated a duck out of other materials, or you?
Yeah, paper mache. Mostly.
Wow. I would imagine the glue is kind of hard to chew, but
Well, yeah, but it's organic, so
it breaks down well. That's good. That's good. That's important. We
and
learned
the
a good
cellulose
trick.
from the paper is very filling.
Well, sure. Yeah. Well, you got to get your fiber in. That's what's important.
So yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
And then
And hang out, and
Yeah.
So just us here. We went all out with the foods and such, even
There you
though
go.
it was just us. So
Yeah, we had a three-pronged holiday meal attack. Draylene had one menu planned for Yule, and then one for Christmas Eve, and then one for Christmas night. So,
Oh, wow.
and she went. I'll have to send you a picture at some point. She made, I think, 6 different kinds of cookies with the kids.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she goes all out. It is no joke. There's a lot of cookies here. She's like, "You want a cookie?" I'm like, "I really don't." Like, well, what about this one? It's like, could we have a salad? Like,
I made 2 pies. My
That
traditional
doesn't seem too
apple and pumpkin.
There you go.
So
We have no pie. We have many cookies, and I feel like there was something else. Christmas Eve dinner was amazing because it was simple. She made this awesome lasagna, and she made this fantastic like vegan Caesar salad with like homemade dressing and homemade croutons. And it was just astounding. Like, we were eating croutons, like, they weren't croutons. Like, it was that good. So it was. So that was happy. That was a good thing. And yeah, we saw Spider-Man, but I won't talk about it anymore. I really did need some time after I saw it. Like the 4 of us were like stomping around the house, like, I need to talk about this more. And we had to talk to the kids, like, you can't say anything to kids at school. Don't be those kids. But we're like, I want to talk about it some more. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a big fight at the end. Is that okay?
Oh,
Did they?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a big fight.
Well, fine.
Yeah,
Now
no.
I know.
Everybody sits down and talks about their feelings, and they realize they don't have to resolve things through violence. Well, Phase 4 really is different for the Marvel movies. I saw the criticism. They're like, everything has like a giant CGI'd fight at the end. And I'm like, yeah, like superheroes? Like, that's That's like people who get angry at romantic comedies when the couple ends up together at the end. I'm like, do you not know the form? I can't tell you how many, like, I like romantic comedies, but they're formulaic, but so is most entertainment. And I've read reviews where they didn't like it for this and for that. I'm like, I think that person needs to put it on Front Street that they don't like romantic comedies. You know, if you don't like that form, it's like, I'm going to review the new Willie Nelson album. By the way, I hate country music. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's a weird time for that because it's so prevalent. And I mean, you know, things I enjoy watching with, you know, the four of us can agree on are like superheroes and Star Wars. And it's like, well, I'm on board with both of those. I don't have a problem with those. Book of Boba Fett's coming up. Wait, did you know Book of Boba Fett's coming up? Is that a spoiler?
I did know that. I did know that.
Did you know Boba Fett's in it?
I heard that might be a thing.
And it's all about a library book that he didn't get back in time. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I guess they didn't have a branch down there in the...
It didn't have Sunday hours, and he's busy with the fetting. And, you know. I haven't watched stuff about it, but apparently there's something about how he got out, and I was just so happy. And it's like that was the worst. Like I hadn't seen. That's the thing, and then maybe we should play some music or something. I don't know, but that whole thing about like I hadn't seen the George Lucas tinkered with versions. I hadn't seen most of the movies since you could first see them again. You know, like I didn't see them when he added things. So, you know, I didn't know, like there were posts, and I think your bandmate Kristen was being very sympathetic, but I'm like, there's no yub nub. There's no, and I'm like, and why is Boba Fett making a goofy noise? You know, when he gets like sent into the Starlight, I'm like, why is this happening? And it's like this week on Late to the Party, Chris sees the things that George Lucas did to Star Wars. You know, I just had no idea. And I hold that stuff pretty dear, like not as much as some people, but you know, I was like when we went to Disney World in the before times, and we're in their like, you know, the Star Wars area. And it was weird to have something that had been so oddly personal, you know, before they had like a lot of stuff for it to like look around and be in it. Like we had like a really bad Marvel comic book and like 2 books. We had the Star Wars novelization, which I did not know until recently was not written by George Lucas, but it was ghost written by Alan Dean Foster. Didn't know that.
Interesting.
And there was Splinter of the Mind's Eye, which was the idea of what they were going to do for Empire if Star Wars didn't make money, so they could do a low budget thing. Yeah, so, and that was all we had. Yeah. And it was a very different time back in the 70s, and early 80s. We had nothing, just nothing. So, do you think we should play some songs or just talk about Star Wars and Marvel movies?
Well,
it turned into a very different show.
I know, right? Yeah, let's do some songs. We can talk about some Marvel stuff and, you know, and Star Wars stuff in betweens.
Yeah, it's hard not to. Yeah, I am looking forward to hearing about his, you know, his library book, and you know, I'm on board. You know, it's like, yes, keep doing things. Yes, keep doing it. Yes, yeah, you got it all right. Keep going. Okay, maybe not the Eternals, but otherwise you got it right. Although you know, it's a science fiction movie in the middle of like superhero stuff. So maybe if I watch it again with that in mind, maybe I'll like it, or maybe I won't want to spend 3 hours again watching something I didn't love. But you know, you know, who's to say? I'm
curious about it. Like I don't have any feelings about it one way or another. I don't really know the Eternals comics at all, so.
No, I didn't either, and I was a pretty big Marvel kid, so sorry, there's a lot of wires involved in this. I don't know if you're aware, but there are a lot of wires involved in being able to.
I try to hide them, but yeah, they're still there.
Yeah, I do too, but they're like by my big stupid feet. So, and I'm like, well, how much do I want to step on the wire? It's probably bad if I step on the wire. And yes, that is the voice of my internal monologue, which should tell you plenty. Okay, how about I play a song since I have the guitar out?
All right.
Okay, that's
Chris
what I'll do
Eric,
then.
y'all.
That's me. Wow, I'm much bigger now. And yes, that is a Hello Kitty behind me. I should probably move that for, copyrights and whatnot. But here's a song. The 15 that's never coming off, the concerning lingering rattly cough, conversations too complex to follow, the complications are too much to swallow, staring at the back bar mirror, wondering how it happened this soon. I'm sorry, too old for the room. A couple years and too many gray hairs ago, didn't seem so young. Now you know the story no one would ever buy. Don't lean in, no, don't try. It's not exactly a pity, it's on deck. Why is that? You're too old for the room, too old to stay, too old to play, too old to have anyone see you that way. Just pay the check, get out of the way. So maybe just stick closer to home. There's plenty to distract. You're not alone. At least they tolerate you better there. No smoking what's left of your hair. Only the faintest whiff of your impending doom. Don't look back though. Yes, I know, but seriously, you're too old for the room. Thank you, sir.
Nice, sir. Nice.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I guess it's So are you feeling the urge to jump right in with a song of your very own?
Oh, I was just being ready.
Okay.
Ready. Had
Always
to
important
tune.
to be ready. Yeah,
So.
I hear it's all the rage now to be in tune.
I know, right?
Yeah. Who knew?
But yeah. Well, I guess I could jump right in. I could do that.
Let's see.
So let's see if I can. Ooh, there we go.
Yeah, and yes, I made the noise too. And there you are, because it's Rowan Corbett on the Sunday Happy Hour live stream. Here's Rowan Corbett on the Sunday Happy Hour live stream. Rowan Corbett.
Say your name. Think about you all the same. Don't recognize who I was. Just the fire I became. Was I just a fool? Was I ever even real to you? A paper doll, convenient fuel. So I twist and curl and rage the world. Mockery of life, the flames around us here, the wind blows and we disappear. If I could let this go, take another breath, I could leave the blaze. While there's something left, but I still twist and curl and rage the world. Still I twist and curl and rage the world. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You did one of those Rowan endings that I wasn't ready
I
for.
know.
It's okay. I try not to take it personal. I feel like we should flip sides, don't you?
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
See.
Let's see here. Oh, whoa. Nicely done.
Thanks. You know, it's the little things. You take your victories where you can. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. What are you having this evening to drink?
Oh, it's, my traditional rum and coke.
Very nice. What kind of glass were you drinking out of there? You went in and out very quickly.
Oh, it's the Mexican glass, one of those with the blue rim.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
well,
hand
going
blown
by
thing.
quickly, I thought it was like a mason jar. Which
Oh, no.
I greatly enjoy drinking out of mason jars for some reason. This is not one. I think this is crystal, so I should probably be careful with it.
Mm.
It occurs.
And you, what are you having this evening?
I am having my typical tipple, which is Tito's and soda with a few frozen black cherries in it, because it's just so pleasant.
Mm.
The flavor's lovely, and you get to have a little treat.
Yeah. I do like to have a Manhattan now and again.
Yeah.
But I was pressed for time, so
I
I
understand.
figured I'd go with something simple.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you jumping ahead, but a rum and coke doesn't sound too bad. Had one of those. That feels like a very teenage drink to me. I feel like there was a time in my misbegotten youth wherein I may or may not have consumed one in a big gulp cup while walking around my neighborhood in a jean jacket, going to the bowling alley, hanging out with older kids.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty sure I was like 15. And I was like, yeah, that probably wasn't great.
Oh,
Yeah,
haven't we all?
I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait for that fight. I have an almost teenager, as he likes to tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you just
mine's
turned
only
12.
halfway there, so.
Yeah, you're deep in it. Although the one is going to be 10 in February. So that's an entirely different thing. Oh yeah, that is strong. Like the words were taking a little longer to get from the brain pan to the face hole. I'm like, buzz is a was a woo. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I could play another song. Do you think I should play a song?
Yeah, what you got?
Not much. This is one that I've been working on with the band. It's been fun. Let's see.
All right, Chris Eric, y'all.
That's me. Of all the times and all the things that have happened, did you think it'd take this long to find the one brave? Just one. You don't love me enough. You don't love me enough. You don't love me enough to make it. To make it. Is it all just a laugh? Something you'd imagine again. Can't be trusted, can't be kept, can't stop running, just can't. You don't love me enough. You don't love me enough. You don't love me enough to make it. To make it. What makes you think this has something to do with you? I don't see anyone else here. Who am I talking to? Here we are, back to one. The stool, the pencil, and the fear. You don't love me enough. You don't love me enough. You don't love me enough to make it. To make it. To make it.
Nicely played.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Oh, Cozy stopped by.
Yeah.
Yes, we should. What should we do?
I didn't catch what it was that we should do.
Besides say hi, because she said hi. I'm like, hi, Cozy. But apparently we should, we should play a song as opposed to talking about,
right,
Marvel movies and Star Wars. Yeah.
All right. Well, then I guess
you better play a song, sir.
I guess I better play a song.
You got Cozy in the house. Better play a song.
A new one.
Oh. What song are you at liberty to give the name of said song?
It's called Flush.
Okay. Rowan Corbett, everybody.
I will stand opposed, exercise these demons. It's all black and white, and red all over. There's no room for doubt. Right is what we're sowing. Gotta work it out, keep on going. Never ask for names, try to think too much. It's never just a game. No one's losing touch. Plenty in the sea for flush with enemies. These heroes stand for us, avatars and idols, rise above us all, might and glory. Thunderous applause, witness to the action. Victory is ours, we made it happen. We never ask for names, try to think too much. It's never just a game, we're not losing touch as we wade into the sea, flush with enemies. Leave some. Lead the greatest tribe. Build one in your mind. Leave someone behind. Might makes right if you're so inclined. They never ask for names, try to think too much. It's never just a game, and they're not losing touch as they collapse into the sea, flush with enemies.
Yay, Rowan Corbett.
Thank you, man.
Yay, Rowan Corbett. There you are. Hi, Rowan Corbett. You did you cut that one short, or is that all? Does that always end that way?
No, that's it. So
Okay, all right. Then I just got caught off guard. Almost.
yeah, I do that with my short ending.
It was close. Yeah, I understand. I do. Man, it's been a weird year. I don't know if anybody's mentioned that yet, but 2021
I've heard
has
tell.
been
I've heard tell.
odd year. Like less frightening a little, but a lot more angry. It's been very. It's been. Look, we got a clap from Cozy.
Oh,
and,
huzzah.
And an explanation. Thank you, Cozy.
Why not?
Cozy, is there anything you'd like to hear? I assume the squirrel song, which I will get to at some point, I'm sure. Technically, next year won't be odd. That's a math joke. Look at that. Yeah. That is a correct statement.
Very correct.
Yes.
Very correct.
By mathily speaking, that is a correct statement. Yeah, that's right. I made up a word. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna just keep on powering through. Unless it's
yeah. What you got?
Yeah, not much. Song. Obviously, not much in the way of conversation, but here is another song.
Called?
Oh, does this have a? Oh, On Reflection. Really bad with names. Really bad. Yeah, there it is. Capo wasn't cooperating, or so I thought. You know, the hardest thing to do with that weight crushing you It's ahead and gone. No, it can't go on. I see how charmed the life can be. It isn't only me. On reflection, this could be a decent way to go. No one looking, no one wondering, no one needs to know. It's not at the worst time, it's just over coffee, walking or turning over. It's past so far, and hopefully it stays gone. Maybe I should move on. You know the hardest bit to pass, knowing it can't last. On reflection, this could be a decent way to go. No one looking, no one wondering, no one needs to know. No one needs to know. No, the hardest thing to do with that weight crushing you. Thank you. We are getting some very interesting takes from Cozy. And more clappity clap clap.
And more
Thank
clap.
you, Cozy. Yeah. So yeah, that's I don't think the songs right. The songs don't care about me at all. They don't care. I care about them. Actually, we go back and forth, but they do not care about me at all. I know it for a fact. Like, write us, don't write us, we don't care. Dummy. Dummy. So do you I feel like from our previous conversations, you don't have much use for show tunes. Is that a fair statement? True statement? Untrue statement? It's okay. It's not judgment. It's just going. Yeah.
It depends. Like, there's some that I can appreciate. I don't tend to watch, musicals, outside of like a few things, I did see Cats in the theater in the 90s.
Oh God, I thought you meant you saw the movie. Like,
No,
oh
no.
God, no. Don't do
No, no.
that.
No.
Yeah. It's like
No, I saw
it's
it
like
in the
a
theater in the 90s. So
Cats is such a weird show. It's like it's a bad show with one great song. It's really strange. Like the rest, angelical cats are and then there's that one great song, and then they're back to It's so weird, Got this one good idea, and all these shit songs to put around it.
But yeah, like, but I do really like this sort of counterculture musical stuff, like Hedwig and the Angry Inch and things like that,
I don't know that one. I keep meaning to get around to it. I just haven't gotten there. I was when you said counterculture, it's like when I was 15, my favorite show was Hair. I got to see it in a like a college production, and then I was although it's funny because we were watching something about Sondheim, my wife and I, and one of the shows they were talking about, I was like, oh, I've never seen that. And then there was one like Gypsy, which is huge, and I never saw that, although he just wrote the words to that. And I'm like, no, I know a lot about musicals compared to people who don't like musicals. Actual theater people, I am barely dipping my toe in, I really like I've seen plenty of them, but I'm not like a go every year, multiple shows. I've seen a couple of things on Broadway. I saw Man of La Mancha, and that was Brian Stokes Mitchell was in that. That was pretty great. But otherwise, yeah. Oh yeah, because Sondheim passed, and we were kind of digging back through some things, and yeah, I didn't know the shows at all. I knew a couple of the songs, but he had this thing with a bunch of his shows. I was going back and looking through the song listings, and I don't know the shows, but there'll be like one or two songs on there that just crush you, like completely bereft of context. They're just totally crushing songs, which is a pretty good and depressing superpower when it comes down to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I agree.
Well,
So,
someday I want to watch Cabaret. I have not yet.
I did see Cabaret. I saw a revival tour of it with Joel Grey in it. It's a weird ass show. Like there's some good music in it, but it's weird, real weird. I couldn't tell you what it was about. I've seen the movie multiple times. I saw the show, but like now I'm like they're kind of in a German bar. I think there's some war stuff going on. Like it's just not clear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's post World War I, Germany. Where
yeah, that sounds right. All of that sounds right.
Anyway,
You probably want to play a song, don't you?
I think I will. I'll do.
You mean you don't want to talk about musicals?
Well, I mean, it will all end up being like very, it's like, yeah, that's a cool one, but I don't really know it.
Yeah. Well, the one good
it.
thing about it, and then I swear I'm done. There was a minute there where the popular songs of the day came from musicals, like 30s, 40s, and kind of into the 50s a bit, and that's a lot of the stuff that I love. Like when we talk about older music, like a lot of the stuff, like my favorite lyric writer, Lawrence Hart, he worked in the 30s and 40s most. I think, yeah, he made it into the 40s. He didn't live long at all. Sad man, sad life. Yes, I do. Yes, I do own 2 different biographies on him in hardback. Why, yes. Thank you for asking. You pick your spot. You were going to play a song, so I'm going to stop talking. Rowan Corbett, everybody. Rowan Corbett. Playing a song. Rowan Corbett.
Made your choice. You can say that I agree. You know what's best for you. Won't work so well for me. Do me a favor. If you think you can survive what you want long enough to make it worth it in the end. Already fucked up long before I met you. It's a credit to your kindness. You tolerate me the way you do. You only ever hurt me because you tell the truth. Got no time for pretense. you don't suffer fools. You've always been willing to go where I can't. I think it's 'cause you're braver than me to some extent. But this feels different, like the ice is finally cracked. But I'm the one who's sinking, and there's no coming back. I hope you're right. You're just as charmed as you think. 'Cause I want you to fly, not topple over the brink.
Yay, Rowan Corbett. Yeah, Rowan
Thank you.
Corbett. Yay, Rowan Corbett. There you are, Rowan Corbett. It's so funny. While you're playing, I'm of course doing my best to listen, pay attention, be a good audience member. But at the same time, I'm flailing to figure out what the hell to play next.
Oh, no. I mean,
Like,
you've
what do I
got so
play?
many choices.
It's a lot of choices, and most of them I don't care for. I usually like about 6 of them. And, and if
That's
and
all
if you
your
had
heart
asked
can
me,
hold for any...
yeah, that's one way of looking at it. And honestly, if you had asked me like beforehand, if you had texted me at 3, like, Chris, what songs do you like of yours right now? I'd be like, none. I don't like them. I don't like any of them. I don't like any of them. They're all no. They're all just no. Just no. You know, just no. Yeah, I don't. It's weird. But I guess I kind of like this one. So maybe I'll play that one. What do you think? I'll play that one.
Play this.
It's in B. It's in B flat. So now you know. Here's the song. No, I'm not dead in a ditch somewhere. No such luck. Sat into an easy chair. Fairly stuck. Instead of wasting your time in here, getting hurt, you could be among the stars in the dirt. Careful what you worry over, that could be your end. There's a hole that's calling you. Don't pretend. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And yes, I do make the pew noise still when I hit the button.
Goodness.
So here we are at roughly the midpoint, if not a bit after. I feel like this is the point where we should have a talk about a thing, but I can't think of a thing. Any thoughts?
Well, we've covered musicals. We've covered Star Wars and Marvel.
Yeah.
I mean,
are there other things? I guess there's like family and life and stuff.
yeah, that's boring.
Yeah, I don't like to think about that stuff. I'm sure it'll all take care of itself, and it'll all be fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. Oh, Cozy said my song randomly popped into her head a few days ago. Didn't say if that was a pleasant or otherwise experience, just that it popped into her head. But I'll take it. Either way, I wrote that. It ended up in somebody else's brain pan. That seems good. It seems more good than not. I did think of one thing. Ben Folds from Ben Folds 5. And
well, not personally, but yeah, I know him.
No, he has such good things to say about you. He has a podcast, and it's weird because I just kind of listen to it to have something to listen to, because there's sometimes I'm driving and I can't take music, and I like the illusion, that I have a friend, just like talk, but I can't get a word in, but that's fine. It's nice. They seem to know what they're talking about. And he had is it Sarah Bareilles? I think that's her name. I think that sounds right. And they're talking about songwritery things, and they had worked together, and it was weird because they're just talking and they had worked together, and this strange thing happened. He's like, okay, I need you to throw a song idea at me so it's something that I can finish for us later. He's like, okay, I get it, like based off of what we were talking about. I feel like a podcast about Ben Folds should be about laundry or maybe origami. That's much better than the story I was going to tell. But he like got a hook from her about something they'd been talking about. And then he obviously went back after the fact and put a whole track around what she was singing. It was actually kind of neat. It's like I was completely unexpected. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go work on this thing, thinking maybe he'd play it at the end or you'd never hear it. But like she sings the line once, and then when she starts to sing it again, the background track is there.
Wow.
It was actually pretty neat the way he did it. And
That's
and
cool.
then she's like, yeah, and maybe you could have this thing in the background. And then you hear her singing it, and then him doing the background parts for it. I was very entertained. Yeah, that was my whole midpoint story. I don't have anything else. I have a friend going through a hard time right now. A good buddy of mine, Tony Kellogg. It's all over Facebook. For friends of ours had a stroke, which hits real hard for us because my wife's a survivor, and young guy, 41, real healthy. It's a big shock, but I will say you never wish for that sort of thing. But seeing the way the community has kind of kind of gathered around him, kind of lifted him up, and that has been. Look for, what do they say in times of crisis? Look to the helpers, and he's got a lot of people behind him pulling for him, and it was just really, it's heartening to see, like a horrible thing to happen, but heartening to see how much support.
And I think you said in other times when other people were having hard times, he was that guy who would step up, right?
Just such a good dude, just one of those guys that everybody gets shit talked about them at some point or another, but he's one of those guys you don't really hear that. And hell of a guitar player and a singer and a songwriter, and I believe he'll get back to that. But it's a tough road, man. I've seen parts of this movie before, and I've definitely been, and he's like a year younger than Joylene was when she had hers, so it's a lot. I wasn't sure if I was going to say anything or not, because I wasn't sure if it was the right place to say anything, but I'm just kind of pulling for the guy. And that was all.
Well,
not as good not as uplifting of a story as the Ben Folds thing, I'll grant you, but there's no song coming out of it.
The fact that the community is pulling around him. I think that's a wonderful, uplifting part of the story.
It really is. It's yeah. There's a, it's if you just honestly, if anybody wants to see it, if you just search Facebook for Tony Kellogg, spelled like it sounds, and you're sure to see public posts about it. And there's a GoFundMe you can find there. There's some money at, because unfortunately that's the time we live in.
Yeah,
and that's not I don't want to get into the whole idea of socialized medicine, but yeah, it's tough. Like we got real lucky when she had hers, but that's a completely different seed. We're well off the rails now. So Rowan, what were you in the mood to play next?
Oh, well, I guess I've got another newish one.
Oh.
One of my song challenge songs, from the open mic that we do. Was that? Yeah. Say it again.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were going into what it is. Yeah, the open mic on Mondays. What's the challenge?
This one was Crafted in Madness was the name of the challenge, I'd never really written a Tolkien song before, so I figured I'd write a song about something from the world of J.R.R. Tolkien.
Is it a token of your esteem? That's the second time you've done that the goob laugh. I am on board. I am on board. Like you may mock me all you want, as long as it involves hearing that sound. And by the way, it looks like and somebody who's not mocking us is Susan Schneider, who stopped by to say hi. There she is.
What's going on?
How are you?
Glad you could stop by.
And it looks like Cozy's saying hi to her, so it would be confusing if I just put the hey up that she did, but she did say it. So just so you know, I will not be answering with my challenge for that one, because I didn't like mine.
Oh,
but
okay.
But that doesn't mean you can't. Well, it was all right. It had a good pun in it that made me happy. But other than that, no. But when it's a volume business, here you go.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Rowan Corbett,
All right.
Rowan Corbett, finding the button that says Rowan Corbett.
Cold light shines back at me. Twisted, wreathed all in leaves. Take back all that I see. You're just the latest thief. Wisdom becomes my foe. Madness, the end of all. Crafted, it's beautiful, whoa. See how my shadow grows. The Queen of all has come. Vision has won. weep before the sun. Brightest, forever the one. Behold, I am lethal and fair. Love me and despair. Like I said,
You didn't catch me that time. I was ready for you.
Nice.
That's a good one. Yeah, mine for that one. It's fine. Like that was one of those months where it's like, yep, that's a song. Probably won't hear that one again.
Yeah, I had a couple where like I got it written and I just couldn't get it memorized in time, and you know, or I did it and then I didn't play it again for a long time. So I'm sort of digging these back up and reanimating them, as it were. So
Yeah, I have to give them some time, but usually I'm a harsh grader on my stuff, but I'm usually more right than wrong. You know, every once in a while there'll be one that's like I hate that song, and I go back and listen. It's like, oh no, that was good. But usually I have a pretty good notion of what I want out of them anyway.
Yeah.
So I guess you know, one of the things that we should discuss beforehand that we never do discuss really is how long should we play today? Got a few friends poking their heads
assuming
in, but
like
we never really talk about it.
Well, you know, I always assume like hour and a half, and maybe a little bit longer if we're feeling it, you know. But
fair enough.
I don't know. What about
Fair
you?
enough. I was thinking like 45 minutes.
Well, we're well past that, man.
Oh yeah, well then never mind. See, never listen to me. You know what? To go back to what I was talking about before, just for a second, unfortunately.
No.
One of many. Well, it's not unfortunate. It's just a thing that's happening. One of many great things about Tony is his willingness to promote others. Like he was a guy who played like 2-3 times a week every week for a long time, and he'd cover like local songwriters. My buddy Matt Texter, he did one of his songs, a few of his songs, and he's actually been nice enough to do a couple of mine. And there was one, it was funny, I was going back through because I was thinking about maybe Buddy put a video up of him playing one of his own songs that, you know, to kind of encourage Tony. And I was thinking about doing that, and I was flipping through like on Facebook Messenger and getting to like, you know, find out what they were. And it was funny because it was a short video of him playing it. And I'm like, oh man, that would have been really good. So I was going to do my poor version of a song that I think he'd do better. So maybe I'll do that. We'll see how that goes. So I guess I'll play that. Yeah, hell of a guitar player too. So it's for Tony. Gotta keep a good thing going. Isn't any other way. Gotta keep a good thing going. Something that I have to say. Don't you know it doesn't happen much to people pushing through and living day to day. Gotta keep a good thing going. Don't let no one change your mind. Gotta keep a good thing going. Go on, leave that mess behind. Don't you know it doesn't happen much to people pushing through and living day to day. keep a good thing going. Go on, leave that mess behind. Don't you know it doesn't happen much to people pushing through and living day to day. Gotta keep a good thing going. Gotta keep a good thing going. Gotta keep a good thing going.
I feel like the
Thanks.
album version of that just needs to be a fade out. You know,
The 12-minute album version.
got to keep a good thing going.
12 minutes is a long time, you know.
That is a long time. In song, in
Gotta have a lot of
in
fills.
song world, yeah.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Yes. And many things. This has been
Well.
a weird, yeah. Not
Yeah.
this, like this. This has been very nice. I just mean like the last today and the last week and last few months and last everything. It's just been keep wondering when things are going to get not like this, and maybe they're just like this now.
Well, I mean, on the one hand, yeah, it's been weird and, you know, funky, but, you know, we do get to, you know, getting to hang out with you, you know, doing this every month. It's pretty cool. You know, we get to, you know, do the equivalent of, you know, hanging out in each other's basements, you know, trading licks and drinking a beer, you know. So
Yeah, you
Kinda
make
nice.
it sound so much better. Yeah, I'm really glad we did this. I was it's funny. I've been in a bad headspace lately, which I get. I'm sure is I'm the only one. But I was like, I was kind of like, I was thinking about like putting out those passive aggressive, like, are you doing okay? Are you up for this? Because I'll understand if you don't want to. And and I'm glad I didn't, because you would have just said, no, I'm good. And I'm like, well, God damn it. But yeah, no, it's better. And it's funny because like the hour before I was all stressed out and I'm like, Gart, and I know that when I go play, it'll be better, but I don't want to feel better. I just want to be pissed off. And no,
that's the way it works. Yeah.
turns out, yeah. Well, I think it's your turn now. Is it your turn?
Okay.
I did just play something.
It's my turn. Yes.
It's your turn.
So, yeah. Okay. So, it's called the.
And yes, Susan, we do get to hang out sometimes. It's nice. As my dog barks in the background. So what are you?
I didn't hear it. It's all good.
Yeah, yeah. Only I can hear him. Just out of curiosity, what are you playing next, and why?
It's called the Litany, and it's a song that is inspired by the Dune books. Yeah, I wrote it, you know, before the movie came out. Partially inspired by the Dune books. Like my bandmate Rob, for those of you who don't know, Rob Aviliami,
I know.
also has a song about Dune called Balisat. And it's like
I know what that is now.
Yeah,
Because I read I read part of the first book, and I'm like, I know what a balisette is now.
Yeah. But it's one of my favorite songs of his to do, and you know, I kind of like the idea of having a song that was partially inspired by Dune. So I was always fascinated as a kid, like having watched the David Lynch Dune. I was fascinated by the idea of the litany of fear, you know, and like having like a little mantra you can say to like help you through, you know, and then thinking about, you know, the last couple of years, you know, like fear can be debilitating. It can, you know, it can hold you back, but it can also keep you alive. You know, it's like, you know, I really want to go see Spider-Man, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's the
Yeah.
best thing to do right now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we managed to get in under the wire here because,
Yeah.
again, the benefits of a smaller population. But
yeah,
no,
like
no,
the idea-
no. Fear
yeah.
can be great.
Yeah, and it's the idea of like fear being like a double-edged sword, you know, that can both keep you alive but also hold you back, you know. And that's kind of what the song is about. So, the Litany. I'm afraid that's my northern star. It's what guides me and tears me apart. Wraps around me, keeps my brain in check. Walks beside me till my very last breath. What's the matter? Thought that you'd keep up such potential, but it ain't enough. Didn't notice when it all ground down. Didn't feel it. Didn't make a sound. Don't belong here. Just a shade. Pretended all this time. Didn't earn this place. All that was inside. Hollowed out and lost. Peeling back now. Rumbling, it breaks and falls. It falls.
Clappity clap, clap, clap. Rowan Corbett. Rowan Corbett, everybody. Rowan Corbett.
Dankeschön, Dankeschön.
De nada. I don't know any German. I'm sorry. A little bit of Spanish. Un poquito Espanol.
Ironic.
A little too ironic. She had a very confusing podcast for a minute. I don't know if she still has it or not. Alanis Morissette had like different people on talking about very deep, involved therapeutic and psychiatric ideas. I got lost quite a bit. I won't lie. it was interesting, but I got just, I'm like, there's a lot going on there. Just things about like, you know, early childhood trauma and how it contributes to other things. I'm like, Jesus, what, like I had it on one time in the car with Joylene, and she's like, I'm surprised you're listening to this. Yeah.
She's an interesting cat, so.
Marset?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. She's a fascinating woman. Yeah, and has been through it. You know, anybody who, frankly, anyone who is a child star and managed to not go insane and be successful, like exceed the success of their childhood, like you don't get a whole lot of like, you don't get a whole lot of Jodie Fosters, and you know,
No.
you just don't get a whole lot of those. You get a lot of Todd Bridges, and you know, you just don't. It just doesn't work out that way. I can't tell you how many like actors and actresses who were, you know, child actors who made it out okay, or it's like, no, I would never let my kid do that. Like when they're 18, they can do whatever the hell they want, but no. Yeah, just absolutely not. But yeah, I hadn't thought of that in a long time. But yeah, I might have to circle back around to that at some point.
Yeah. Was it the song that brought that up, or
what brought that up? Oh no, because you said ironic. And
oh,
I said,
right.
Too ironic, and then yeah, we went from there.
Aha.
Yeah, that is cozy. That is true. Sometimes people do bypass fame, success, jade, and go straight to insanity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people are just off, and they don't have to worry about those things. Excuse me for a sec. We've been consuming things, and I figured mine had carbonation, and I figured you didn't need that on the microphone.
No worries.
You know, for the good of all. That is a very different show. That's the that's the late show where everything gets. What's it? Are you? I don't think it's ever come up. Are you an appreciator of the band at all? Levon Helm, and Rick Danko.
Not really. No, like not because I'm like, oh, I heard those guys and they suck. No, it was more just like just don't know.
Yeah, I mean the good thing about I love them, by the way. They are the font from which like alt country and all that stuff kind of comes from, but like 20 years before anybody else thought of it.
Yeah.
It's basically when I started to like country music sounds, because originally I hated country music with a fiery passion. Really, just made me angry. Just made me angry that it was there. You know, and only the way that like a young person has like the extra energy to just hate something for no reason other than the fact that it doesn't sound the way they want it to, and it still exists. You know, it's like I don't have that kind of fuel anymore, man. But the great thing about them is, if you don't know them, all you need to hear is music from Big Pink and the Brown album. It's just called The Band, and they're there for you. Like they did some other good songs and other good records, but those two are there for you. But the reason I brought that up, it related to something that just happened, and I'm sure I'll remember it as soon as we're done with the broadcast. But there's a great documentary on the drummer toward the end of his life, Levon Helm, and it's called Ain't In It For My Health. Yeah, it's really great if you haven't seen it. And I remember watching a thing with him, like they had a classic album of one of those two records, and they had this just wizard of keyboards, like again, decades before his time, named Garth Hudson, who made all these crazy noises, but he was classically trained. He only agreed to join the band if they would take music lessons from him, and he was that good that they said yes.
Oh, wow.
You know, like, yeah, and they were a bar band, but they're like, yeah, okay, yeah. And they had this great break in one of the things, you know, those classic albums, and they're like listening to this thing, and they're listening to it, and Levon's just grinning ear to ear, and he just looks at the engineer next to him and goes, "Ain't it easy when you know how?" And I just love that line so much. Ain't it easy when you know how?
Nice.
I'm sure I'll come back around to what my point was on that at some much later date. But I don't have any songs inspired by other works of art. because I'm far too up my own ass for that. Every once in a while, I have something like there was a song that my old band did called "Roses in the Morning" that was based off of a quote from a Johnny Mercer thing, but that's something else entirely. Not from a song, from like an event in his life. But I don't play that song, so no, I won't do that. But I do have this song, and I am reminded of a quote, Bobcat Goldthwait, who had, a crazy career. He was on Letterman when he was 20, and he got the Police Academy movies, and he was doing great, and he realized that he hated the persona, and he stopped doing it, and he has made a completely separate life for himself. He's a really good screenwriter and filmmaker. Like he's like, my movies have grossed literally hundreds of dollars, but he makes these like really interesting small movies. And he gave like a commencement speech somewhere, and he said, people are always talking about, how you have to succeed, you have to try, you have to overcome. And he's like, I say you quit, and you keep quitting until you get to the place that you want to be. And I really appreciated that. And I am not going to play my song about quitters, because that would have made sense. Instead, I am going to play this song, because I realized halfway through the story that it doesn't really relate. But anyway, here's a song. It is now the theme song of my band of the same name, and it is called Local Failures. Anyone could come up with a goal, do the work to make it clear. Write a plan with incremental moves and such to last throughout the year. Show initiative and nerve, blaze a path for all to see. With intellect and moxie and such style, what a wonder they would be. But see, we've already gone on too long. No one wants to hear this song. We're local failures, we know how to do it wrong. You see, it takes a different sort of mind to forge a losing road. One untroubled by successes and achievements or examples someone showed. Standing to the side while others go about their lives and make their way. Baffled by the compromise and necessary steps to make it pay. But hey, maybe the idea was strong. If you've listened this long, with local failures, we know how to do it wrong. All your friends will tell you you're only wasting time, you can't get back. All your friends are right, don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you. So maybe if this hits too close to home and you can't imagine how to continue on with effort that seems futile and misguided even now. Hammer and the nail. There's always time to crash and burn. It's never too late to fail. Let's fail and let this be your hope swan song. 'Cause really you've known all along local failures. We know how to do it wrong. We know how to do it wrong. We know how to do it wrong. Thank you.
Sissy bon.
Yeah, it's like, what'd you call me?
Just using the entirety of my French vocabulary all at once.
I remember one of the only times I ever got a massage. This French woman gave me a massage, and I remember at the end she just went boom. I'm like, I guess we're done. I don't know what that means, but I guess we're done. So
Nice.
If you're not prepared for a massage, it is a very jarring experience.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I've never had like a true like, by a trained professional massage. So, and I'm sure it's a very
strange
different thing. Yeah.
Yeah, not a bad thing, but just odd. Let's see. We're pushing on to 6:30. Do you want to maybe do like one or two more rounds and then call it?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I have to feed children at some point. They're watching a Disney movie without me, but at some point they're like, why isn't he here making food things? And by making food things, I mean like heating up food things, but still,
Right.
it has to happen. Joylene's put her work in for the time being, so yes.
There.
So, what are do you think you might have a less circuitous route to your next song than I had on that particular one?
Well, again, like within the idea of songs inspired by other friends' songs. Had a friend named Adam Rugg who has since moved to the UK to be with his sweetheart. I haven't had any contact with him in a long time, but he had a song about Icarus and Daedalus. I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. And so I wrote a song vaguely about the Minotaur from Greek legend. So, and I just call it the Minotaur. So
that's a real good song. Everybody who hasn't heard this, hear this song. It's really good. Ron Corbett.
This is not ancient Greece. I am no oracle. I'm prone to the many faults and flaws, all mankind. My father, he is no god, he is but flesh and bone. The flesh is weak, bones will break, just like courage and resolve. As a boy, I prayed to be just like you, to earn your art, your honor and your courage, your resolve. This is not ancient Greece, but I see the monster you become. The Minotaur's shadow on the wall. pursue me through a maze of crippled logic. Disturbed by your lack of faith, confined by your resolve. Just behind me now, and I've got nowhere left to run. You track my every movement. So you have won in my place, and I'll never doubt you again. Volcano blows, the ash falls down like rain. I still love you, but I'll never be the same. I'll never be the same.
Rowan Corbett.
Thank you.
Yay, Rowan Corbett. Always enjoy that one.
All right. Well,
I feel like we're rounding out toward the end, I think.
yeah. You each do one more? Or?
I think
What do
so.
you think?
Yeah, I think that's good. Did I go first? Is that how things
Yeah,
ended
you
up
went
working
first.
out?
So, yeah.
Can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like so long ago, and yet it wasn't very long ago. It feels like a lot has happened in this time. Well, let's see. I don't have anything inspired by like a great work of art or like literature or a movie that I can think of, but I do have one inspired by a T-shirt.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. It was inspired
like
by
t-shirts.
a T-shirt. Yeah, T-shirts are nice. I don't feel great about it, but I was kind of amazed because I had friends back in the early days of the initial shutdown. They started doing like a nightly live stream, and one of them had a T-shirt on, and it was a picture of a possum, and it said, "Let's eat trash and get hit by a car." Yep, that's the one. And I was amazed that, like, I Googled it first. I'm like, how is that not a song? Like, how is that not a song? So this is what happened after that. And maybe it should have stayed a T-shirt, but I guess everyone could judge for themselves. It's been a minute since I played this one, but you're talking about like all these great inspirations for your songs, and mine are usually like I'm sad, I don't want to be here. I'm sad, I don't want to be here. I'm sad, I don't want to be here. Oh, a T-shirt. Yeah, let's do that one. So
Well, to be fair, with a lot of mine, it's a similar thing, but then I take an inspiration to frame it. So
yeah, but that's I like that.
and then I can
That's
talk
good.
about the thing that I used to frame it rather than the I was feeling morose again.
Yes, I was so very sad and thought it might be better if I wasn't here. But instead I wrote this jaunty little pop song.
Right, like that.
I did the Monster Mash.
Yeah.
It was a graveyard smash.
All right, y'all. Chris Eric, once again.
Here's me playing my song. Had a beard hair on me. Keep all your fancy nights out on the town, with jackets and shoes and people all around. Secretly they all want the same thing they can't be. Watching us run off, hide happily. Don't let anyone say you've gone too far. Let's eat trash and get hit by a car. We can root around in our old ways, dig up dirt and make a mess for days. All it takes is the right outlook and some sharpened claws, jamming all that waste in our open maws. Don't let anyone tell you we've gone too far. Let's eat trash and get hit by a car. All I want from you is the way it used to be, the way it always played out in my mind. Running, laughing, frantic, fumbling and free, leaving all the complication behind. Anyone would be lucky to have what we've found. Only a carefree wave, then gone to ground. Don't let anyone tell you we've gone too far. Lest someone leaves their kitchen door ajar. Let's eat trash and get hit by a car, by a car, by a car, by a car.
Oh, it ended with a happy ending.
Sure, it's a
Well.
happy song.
Well,
Comparatively
at least
speaking.
it resolved to the major, at least.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Yes, in that way, it is a happy song, if nothing else.
And
So
they
we're-
did what they set out to do.
Yeah, just two terrifying people running off into the woods covered in dirt. They seem real happy about it, though. So it is technically still a T-shirt, Cozy. You're not wrong. So how are you going to take us out? How are you going to end this frivolity?
Well, I could do it on an upbeat or a downbeat. Do you have a preference?
Well, it depends on what the up or down beat are. Let's say upbeat. Why not? Let's try for upbeat. Why not? Rowan Corbett, everybody.
Oh. Okay, sorry. Watching me melt down, hearing you break. Charm and strange, no longer in sync. Such a cold vision that I can't bear to watch. But radiation is deadly and I'm fused to this spot. rains down, ashes sift to the ground. We move like waves, but we strike with the force of light. And as we speed through space, time comes grinding to a halt. Neither here nor there, we span the space between it all. No heart in the cold, we're thriving on strife, only counting decay, breathing half-life. So we'll bleed out this heat, we'll shine in the dark, permeate the aether and try not to spark. As it all rains down, ashes sift to the ground. We move like waves, but we strike with the force of light. And as we speed through space, time comes grinding to a halt. Neither here nor there, we span the space between it all. Between it all. Watching me melt down, hearing a maid ring. Charm and strange, no longer in sync. Such cold vision that you can't bear to watch. But radiation is deadly and we're fused to this spot.
I'm getting better at Rowan endings.
Hopefully I am
Take your
too.
victories where you can. Well, you were already good at them. My goodness. Did we...
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I was hoping
Thank
you'd
you,
play
Cozy.
that one. Absolutely. Yeah. I enjoy that one as well. And I think we did it again. Whatever we did it again. How about that?
Well, Chris, it's
Yeah.
been good. I'm glad we.
It has been
I'm
good.
glad we did this again. So
Yet
and,
again.
yet again. So
What number is this? Do you know?
I don't know. I haven't been keeping track per se.
I feel like I had them counted up at one point. It was like 8, but I could be very
Something
wrong.
like that. Yeah. So I could. Yeah, I'm not sure. I will have to look. But yeah, we've done a few.
Yeah, we have. Nothing to the range of what Rob's done for you guys.
Oh, with the virtual open mic, yeah. We
Yeah.
just what number did we just do?
90 something, right?
90 something. So yeah, and we're gonna do it again tomorrow night. So
Just keeps happening.
keeps happening.
It just keeps happening and happening. And
Might we
yeah.
see you there tomorrow night?
I can't answer that.
No worries.
Because
No worries.
things have been a little more in flux lately. So
Yeah.
better to be a pleasant surprise than a sad disappointment.
All right. Well, I will take
Ideally.
that. I will take
If
that.
if I qualify as a good surprise.
Of course you do.
Here I am. Who knows which Chris you're going to get tonight? Makes you feel any better? I don't know either. That probably doesn't make you feel better. Doesn't make me feel better either. Well, thanks for the couple of folks who stopped by. Always nice to hear from Susan and from Cozy.
Yeah.
I like the track by track thing with Cozy. It's like this song. It's like, that's still technically a T-shirt. It's nice. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully, we're not headed for another crazy lockdown.
Yeah, but if we are, we'll meet here again for the foreseeable
If
future.
we are, we are. Yep.
So
I ain't hard to find.
it'll help keep us sane, I'm sure. So
Ideally. Yeah. Thank you again for doing this. Thanks for.
yeah, thank you, man.
It.
Thank you, and
Absolutely.
thank all of you for stopping in and hanging out with us. And I guess we'll see you next time. But you don't have to take my word for it. Sorry, I just had to get my little LeVar Burton in on there.
I think
You
I
know.
think you did great. Oh, is that a LeVar Burton thing?
Yeah, that's his thing.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
I don't know that. I think Reading Rainbow was a little bit after my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
He seems like a national treasure of a person.
he most definitely is. Most definitely is. I want to be LeVar Burton when I grow up.
There you go.
Night, y'all.
Good night.